Welcome back to the realistic... No, not the realistic ITG. Welcome back to the Journeyman. That's force of habit, isn't it? We have a particularly important game to start us off today. Hopefully my football playing is better than my commentary and sentence forming, because it's third versus first, and a win could send us within 2 points of current league leaders Borussia Dortmund. We'd very much like to be within 2 points of current league leaders Borussia. In fact, we'd like to be the other side of Borussia Dortmund and in first ourselves, actually. But we've got Montpellier after that. We won the first leg just after being 3-0 up. We very nearly threw it away. And then Leipzig away after that. Very straightforward episode today on the pitch. Then obviously, if we get as far as Heidenheim before hopefully the next round of the Europa League is drawn, then we will get through that one as well. But we will play Mönchengladbach, I would imagine, moving forward. So the two big games in the league for us today. A game that we drew last time against Dortmund, and then Leipzig wiped the floor with me the first time we played them, the same way that Leverkusen did. But we got payback against Leverkusen, so I'd very much like payback against Leipzig as well. And again, avoiding defeat against Dortmund is probably good enough for us at this stage. Saying thank you to Chris, Robin and Jammers on the board behind me for your continued support in the YouTube comment section and on stream as well. Always do come and join me on stream, on Twitch and YouTube as well if you so wish. But for now, we're hopefully going to start with a good result at home in game number 1. David Vera in goal for Dortmund. They're similar in terms of formation to us, but we're slightly more attack-minded. David Vera, Jadon Katongo at right back, Carlo Werner, that 91 rated centre-back there, alongside Jose Capete, and then Destiny Udogie. Moises Caicedo with Mats FIFA and Boubacar Kamara in their midfield, and then Ayman Sayed on the right, Lautaro Martinez and Claudio Echeverri in a very dangerous front three. Options on the bench are decent too, should they need them. We are at full strength, albeit Gila and Raum and El Canu slightly are not quite fully fit, but certainly fit enough to do the job, we hope, for this fixture at home against Dortmund. Just avoiding defeat, and we're very much still in the title fight. If we lose it, then we may well divert attentions back to Europe and cool our interest in winning the Bundesliga this year, albeit we'd still actually give it a good go. But fingers crossed we don't lose, so we don't have to cool our interest, and we still keep 2 irons in the fire for the Bundesliga and the Europa League. Till, of course, we inevitably get Arsenal in the next round of the Europa League and go out of that competition too. Should be very me. Through the legs of the defender, Echeverri. Round the corner, Lautaro well wide. Flattened, although I didn't put a challenge in. They have the best defensive record in the league, that just said top left. Doesn't necessarily fill me with confidence of being able to break their backline down. We drew 1-1 at Signal Iduna Park. But we'll give it everything we've got to get the result back here at home. I'm going to drill this looking for Marmouche, but Werner's defensive positioning is second to none. Kamara. Oh, it's brilliant football, but a good save, thankfully. Deutsche Bank Park is under siege right now from Borussia Dortmund. Echeverri attacking hard. Capeta, FIFA, Capeta, Udogie. Udogie again with a fortunate rebound. Lautaro, good save, and that's not away, but that certainly is, and we're really riding our luck at the back at the moment. Echeverri, good ball back, and Kamara, little back heel, and Lautaro misses the target. Thank Christ for that. Martinez in that position, you expect to bury, and Sayed. Don't like it. Good save, Petrovic. Corner. Echeverri. Short. Sayed. I'm imagining is a Mo Salah reason. Oh, Lino's gotten away really nicely. We'll take the advantage as well. Here comes Sule. Oh, and the dribbling from Sule's superb. Can he get past Katongo? Yes. Why would you slide? Why is that the animation? A simple squared ball and an open net, and the game screwed me over. It was always the right thing to do to square that. I did everything right, and the game's let me down. That is particularly unfair. That's absolute nonsense. Bruno. Helps if your players actually acknowledge what's happening on the football pitch around them, doesn't it? Lautaro from distance, saved. Corner. Dortmund. 17 minutes to go as they make a change. Because of the nature of the fixture list at the minute, a lot of my players are still tired from the game against Montpellier, so I don't really have that many opportunities to... Oh, come on, you've got to head that to your teammate, not behind him. Not got many opportunities to make a difference with some substitutions here. Doyle has come on for a tired Raum. And I've put Weston McKennie on at centre-back for a tired Gila. Run Soule. Maybe win it now, Ches. Jesus Christ, Omar. Pay attention to the defensive line, will you? It's going to be 0-0 here against Dortmund. We drew 1-1 at their end. We draw 0-0 here. But we should have won it. That one Samuel Lino chance might decide the title. If Dortmund win the league by whatever the margin would be, I'd have to do the maths, over us because of that chance, then livid is an understatement. Montpellier are very similar to the first leg. Boubacar Kouyaté gets a start at centre-back and Rafael Guerrero at left-back. Enes Ogrusa, or Gruch, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm afraid. I apologise. In midfield alongside Gabriel Barres. Actually slightly weaker than the first leg. Intriguing. We'll see how they get on, but the ball is floating there, which is great. Well done, game. You've done excellently there. Ball floating on a pedestal that apparently doesn't exist. Now it exists, because the referees picked the ball up off it. We're actually slightly worse in terms of the players on the pitch from the first leg, but with a measure up top for the whole 90. Judging by his performance in the final half an hour of leg 1, he should score about 8 in this game. Bahoya. Ishtez. Amesha's on the run. Ishtez around the corner looking for Amesha. He's in. Straight at the keeper though, not a great shot. Looking for the corner and nowhere near it. Can we get to that first? No, West McKennie threw a leg at it, dangled a toe and got nowhere near it. Can Buta get to that? No. Kelsey down. Ah, keeps! Buta is smaller than I remember him. So certainly physicality is not something we can rely on at left back in this game. I think he still has most of his pace though, Buta. Looking for a measure into the channel. Up against basically the whole of their back line. But now here's Costulas. And Andre Gomez makes another good save. He made a number in the first leg. He's made 2 already in the second leg. And we can't extend our lead again. Yet. Thank you, Rafael. Get there, Listes. It's Costulas. He's done well. He's done really well. Oh, but the keeper keeps saving everything. Trying to get that cross goal into the corner. Well, we're dominating against Montpellier again. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a perfectly well-timed tackle. We'll float this in towards the box, though. Hoyland will chip it. And, well, it was Buta underneath it, so I'm never going to win that header, am I? Coyote. McKennie. Listes. From range. Strike! Hit well. Saved. Equally high quality from the goalkeeper. Can we get to that? Nod it down. And Bahoya! Through a sea of bodies, and the keeper reacts well. Must have seen that very late as it was flung towards the top corner. Well, it was 0-0 against Montpellier at half-time in the first leg. And then the second leg kicked off. And there were 5 goals in it. I wouldn't mind if there were less than 5 goals in this second leg. I wouldn't mind if there were no goals in this second leg, second half, to be completely honest, because then we'd go through based on our first leg victory. Just says a little bit of a lazy turn, but a good enough turn nonetheless. Bahoya. Great. Off the bar. Would have been the perfect start to the second half here away from home. No, sorry, back at home. But unfortunately, the woodwork had a different idea. Nice tackle by McKennie, but it hasn't fallen free for us. And Montpellier might be scoring a goal of their own at the beginning of the second half. Nice work. Well intercepted by Tuta, who then decided he just wanted to, as far as the game was concerned, lose possession of the ball. Even though I didn't do anything, and they didn't do anything, he just locked off it. Thankfully, we put in a very good slide tackle there that just went kind of under the radar commentary-wise. That was unbelievable from the centre-back, or whoever it was that put that challenge in. And Mesha into the channel again, although he decided to stop running. Kind of sidestep a little bit, drill it in, flick it around the corner. And Lichtes from the edge of the box doesn't find the target. Right, chill. That was a bit of a lunge. Doyle, that was a bit of a lunge too. Calm down, lads. Looking for Lucas and Mesha, who also misses the target. I don't know how many times we need to get into a decent position and then shoot past the post before we realise how to actually score. Hopefully we can make them stop by grabbing a goal in the final few minutes. Sule and Mesha wait for the lunge. There it is. It's not very good. We've hit the post. Well, we're getting closer. It wasn't wide, but it still wasn't in. Only 1 minute added on at the end here. We are through. Not very comfortably. Well, I say not very comfortably. It's not like we didn't create just as many chances in that leg as we did in the first. We just didn't put them away. And we created chances in the first leg as well, but didn't put them away. We could have won that much more convincingly than we did. But with 10 efforts, 8 from them to be fair, and no goals in the game at all, we are through to the next round. Arsenal sneak, at least second leg-wise, past Apoel Nicosia by a goal to nil after they won 4-0 in Cyprus, so fair enough. We're through. Arsenal are through. Braga get past Hoffenheim, so we could face our former side here. Shakhtar Donetsk beat Trabzonspor with a 1-0 first leg deficit overturned rather handsomely in Turkey. Celtic are out to Marseille. Villarreal are through at the expense of Lazio. Napoli wiped the floor with Olympiacos. And Athletic Club de Bilbao through against PSV. So now the Europa League is going to get particularly tough. With Leipzig in 2 days' time. And I presume the next leg has been, or the next round has been drawn already, because these things always are drawn in advance, aren't they? And we have Shakhtar Donetsk. So absolutely can progress to the semi-finals of the Europa League. We're through the round of 16. We're in the quarter-finals. But attention turns back to the Bundesliga now. Leipzig, 4-2-2. Van der Voort, Melina, Schlotterbeck, Nianzou, Bueno, Zubamendi, Timber, Palmer, Brahim Diaz, Šeško and Rafael Leao, who came off the bench and wiped the floor with me last time we played him, and he starts this time, so I'm very much looking forward to having my backside handed to me once more. We've got a couple of other players that are worthy inclusions as well, but on the bench this time, we're at full strength, but I have a feeling my full strength is still not going to be good enough to beat this Leipzig team. The way that they played last time was unreal, and I've not been playing great football in this recording session over the past couple of episodes that you've seen, as I'm sure you might well agree. So, certainly, I don't anticipate being able to do much in this one, but I'll try my bloody best, because we want to maintain at least the gap to Dortmund, if not make it smaller, if possible. And I can only do that if I avoid losing games like this. Hopefully, we can win games like this ultimately, but at the minute, we are not good enough to do so, I don't think. Here's Cole Palmer going all the way through, and Leao started off in the 8th minute where he left off in the last game, and he's gridded me again. Lovely. Brown leaves Cole Palmer for dead. And slot this in front of Lino. Wow. The interceptions of Melina are pretty special there. Here's Šeško. Well, David Raum having quite the couple of moments. Get it back out to him again, actually. Oh, Jesus Christ. Melina's a monster. Cole Palmer. Give me that back. That's not a foul, ref. I don't think that's a foul, personally. Cole Palmer will deliver the set piece. And has done. And underneath it, thankfully, is Bruno Guimaraes. Can we break with this? Lino looking for Saba. Saba up against Timber. Just able to squeeze that to Lino, who's going to have the legs, but Melina couldn't get to me. Can I lay this in front of Marmoush? Yes. He's forced himself wide, though. Edge of the box. Here is Kamara! Straight at Van der Voort. Anywhere either side of him, and surely that stands a chance of going in. Oh, Bueno. Timber. Oh, and Leao's played through again, and I'm not going to catch him. He's so quick and deadly. Rafael Leao is so good. 2-0. Free kick for Leipzig. Delivered. Oh my God, they might get another. Šeško was underneath it. There's nothing I could do there whatsoever. It was just a case of either he scores or he doesn't score. It's one of those situations where there's nothing you can do with regards to the ball over the top. Speaking of balls over the top, Marmoush doesn't find Lino. Zubimendi brings it down, then tackles Lino as he takes it off him. Oh, Leipzig are the most difficult side we've played against this year at Frankfurt. That first game against Leverkusen, though, was quite the humbling. But I can't get anywhere. Oh, I can't get anywhere near Leipzig at all. It's a good save by Petrovic. Just stop it being 3-0 already. Palmer with the corner. And away, please, Saba. Don't know what Saba got a booking for. I can't recall what Saba got a booking for. Palmer. Leao. Šeško. 3. Good. Leao. Šeško. Of course, that hit a hand. Cole Palmer. Free kick. And 4-0. Yes. Take me home. I'm done. It's nicely done. Just let me get away. Just let me get away. It's going to be a yellow card, so there's no red coming for Zubimendi. No chance of a... Oh, it is a red for Zubimendi. What has he got a red card for that for? Sorry, I was concentrating on what I was doing. That was not a red card challenge or even close to it. I mean, I'm not going to complain, I guess, but we're already 4-0 down, so any sort of comeback is kind of out of the realms of possibility here. Gakpo on for Leao as a result of that, and I think they've probably done the whole... We've changed the player in positionally, but then, yeah. So Zubimendi's gone to striker, and they put Gakpo... Well, they put Leao... Yeah, basically, they've replaced Leao at striker before then putting the striker at CDM. So, classic EA. Well, 4-0 down at half-time, but they're down to 10 men, so maybe there's something in this? Šeško given away. One back again. Well, that was disgusting. They nearly went 5-0 up. Cole Palmer to take the corner, and Šeško will win that header because his gyro was actually Nico Schlotterbeck. I saw the blonde hair and made a presumption. Nilsson on now for them here for Cole Palmer, I think. Nice ball to Brahim Diaz. Little back heel to Nilsson again. Brahim is onside. Kontan Timber, Nilsson, Šeško. We get a toe in. Still they come forward. And still they score. Leipzig are ridiculous. 5-0. The mixture of the formation and the quality of player they have, I've just not been able to deal with Leipzig on either occasion against them. That was nearly a sick. That was floating towards the corner as well. They've been unbelievable. We drew against Dortmund, so we were able to avoid defeat there. But this result might be the one that puts the nail in the coffin of our hopeful Bundesliga ambitions. Please be onside. Sule's, well, I hesitate to say away. Ilkhanous. Oh my God, what a stop! I couldn't have hit that any harder. By the time it had left his boot, it was already in the goalkeeper's palms. And he somehow kept that out. Nothing to give against Leipzig. In any of the games against them, I've been absolutely toothless. Van der Voort is making some great saves as well, to be fair. But even if every shot I'd had today went in, I still probably would have lost this one. 4-0 down at half-time. And we lose the second half to 10 men by a goal to nil as well. Leipzig, 5. Frankfurt, 0. That has put Leipzig above us in the table now, where there's nothing to choose between the top 4 sides in terms of goal scoring and goal conceding, is there really? We have the most productive front line in the league, albeit only just. But Dortmund's defensive efforts are what sees them at the top of the table, I imagine, by 2 points from Leverkusen, 7 points from Leipzig, and now 8 points from me with 8 games to go. We won't give up on a potential Bundesliga title, but it is going to be very difficult to try and turn that sort of deficit round. With Heidenheim next after the international break, we'll quickly sim that at the end of the day. And with Shakhtar to come in the Europa League, I think it's not really much of a surprise that we're going to focus our efforts on the Europa League moving forward for the rest of the season. Comfortable win against Heidenheim, but no real surprise in there. Dortmund draw, Leverkusen win. That might be Leverkusen top of the table again. We're back up to third, but only because Leipzig haven't played yet. 6 points to gap now to the top of the table with 7 games to go. It could be done. It could be done. We don't play any of the big boys other than Bayern between now and the end of the season. It could be done. Yeah. It's probably not going to be done, but it could be done. We won't give up hope. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Subscribe to the YouTube channel to make sure you don't miss out on more. And we will head into another recording now, actually, for those that are watching live. But for you on YouTube, I'll see you tomorrow.